Hi everyone, this is Manojam here, and what I'm going to do today is trying to analyze trend. Now, this is a stock I've been tracking for a very long time, and I've been a fan of the stock. The stock has been doing phenomenally well, and it's taken a little bit of a beating in the breakdown of the market. And again, looking to perk up, and not exactly about the stock, but it's about the technical analysis that we see on the chart and how I use the fair value gaps to give me the reading from the chart as to what we can expect and what the markets can do. So that's the subject of this video. I'm going to try to make it as small as possible, but I'll have to do justice and try and explain everything that I want to when I read the chart and as how I analyze the chart. And if if that resonates with you, and if you wish to analyze the chart like I do, and if you want to learn this, I have a program where I can help you learn how to read the chart and predict the market. It's beautiful. The skill is amazing. It's helping me a lot in my trading. And hopefully, if you are struggling with your trading and want to find a way to read the charts in the most simplest form using just one indicator, and that's the fair value gap. If you want to do that, uncomplicate your reading of the chart, very objective, works beautifully. Let's dive in and see how I analyze this chart. And probably that can give you a clue as to how easy it is to predict price once you're able to read this. With that said, let's dive in and let's see how we can try and predict how trend is behaving on this particular move. So with this is, if you can see my chart, yeah, this is the trend futures, and these are the fair value gaps. If you want to see the indicator, I'll go to the indicators tab and I'll type fair value gaps, and it's the one that I use. Fair value gap with Lux Algo is the one that you see here, and this is the daily chart. And these the red boxes that you see, these are the fair value gaps on the bearish side, and the blue boxes are fair value gaps on the bullish side. So that's the setup. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the monthly and see how things are. And what we're seeing currently is that the market came down a heap, and this was a fair value gap that was created on the monthly. And while it was going up, this was the fair value gap that was created on the monthly on the way up. So this got created somewhere in the month of June 2024, and we visited this particular level and see how beautifully this fair value gap has acted as support, and the prices have begun to go up. Now there's no fair value gap to the next level on the monthly, which I'm going to mark out here. So there's going to be 6,300 is the level on which we have the resistance on the monthly as we go forward. Now what we'll do is, and we will mark this level as our support to make things easier. So I'm going to convert this line to blue to make it more visible. And I'm going to mark this out. So this is the level for which has given a support at 49.43, and 6276 is the resistance that we see on the monthly. Now let's go to the weekly and see what we see. So on the weekly, what we've seen is that we've been seeing a consistent rise in the price over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a beautiful rounding pattern that has been created here. This is a beautiful pattern that you see. This is a beautiful rounding pattern that you see on the chart. Yeah, pardon the drawing. And what we've done now is we've crossed this particular level, which was a significant level according to me, and we are edging higher. So this is as far as the weekly is concerned. Again, on the weekly, what do we see? The first resistance somewhere near the same point as we saw in the last on the monthly chart. I'm going to mark it out again for you because it's gone off the screen. So this is the level that we are looking at. And the recent support that we see now is this fair value gap that has been created, a very small fair value gap that has been created between the gap in the current week and the week that elapsed before the last week. So this particular gap is nothing else but again a fair value gap. Now, if you're not aware of the fair value gaps concept, you need to dive in and deal and talk to me in more detail, and I can guide you as to what and how this formation happens and what is the significance when it happens on the chart. Now, this is as the weekly is concerned. Let's go to the daily and see what the daily has in store for us. So beautifully seen, what is happening here now is that on the daily, we are now facing a situation where we are in a fair value gap, and this can come some kind of a resistance, but we don't see that resistance taking a lot of, the market is not looking, it is obviously we get to see today as to how the market behaves, and then know whether this resistance is going to create some kind of a ripple or some kind of a bounce down. But overall, I see a beautiful move getting out of this particular resistance level, and we have moved out. It's kind of a small breakout that I see from this small level. I'm going to use my square tool to show it around to you. So this is a small breakout that I'm seeing here. This is really nice. And if the market sustains above this, we could see this as our immediate target. So I'm going to mark this target out. So if we see a significant, move that is respected out of this breakout and sustains above this line of 5498, we will see 5934. That's a beautiful 10% move out. Now, this is very, very possible. And this is my first target for this particular move. I also see the next move, which I've already been mentioning earlier. We make it this blue to make it more visible. And this is the next level that we're looking at. This is the 6285 level, and that would take us to a phenomenal 800-point move. That's a crazy 800-point move, nearly a 15% move on this stock. If this is what we are looking at, beautiful formation here, the rounding bottom and the breakout. It looks really nice to me. And I would be hoping for some kind of a sustained presence above this breakout level. And that could be something that could give me this move. Now, there's one more thing that can happen is that if we break down, the market breaks down, we probably might come down, take some support here, and then move up. But this is not something that I'll be very happy with. And I'll be guarded in my response to how I reach this. This also could happen. This could be the brute trajectory that we could aim for. But I'd be happy if just the market sustains above this level. Even if a little bit of a consolidation above this level is fine, eat up this resistance, small bits and pieces, and then aim for this first level, eat that up, and then aim for the next level, which is the 6289. So this is as far as the trend futures looks to me, using a simple fair value indicator, as simple as it gets. You see nothing else on my chart. I see nothing else. I only see price action, and I use the fair value gap move to tell me where the institutions are active, where the next liquidity levels are, and that's all I need to predict where the price is going. I could be wrong, I could be right. But even if I'm right, 60% of the time, I'll make money from these moves because I'm aiming for big profits and small risk in terms of the stop losses. So there's going to be a small stop loss and a big profit area is what we're going to aim at. So here, what we're looking at is this is my risk area and this is my profit area. So if you see, we are upwards of 1:2.32, and that's what will give me the money in the long run. Even if my probabilities are just above 50%, I will be making money every time I trade the market. That's how simple it can be to trade the markets with this simple tool, one tool for all the charts and all the time frames. That's it for this video, guys. If you wish to know more about how I provide my setups with the fair value gaps, get in touch with me. I have a course and I can help you with that skill of reading the charts and making money from the markets on a very regular basis consistently. Thanks a lot for this video. Thanks a lot for watching this video and look forward to being with you in the next one. Goodbye.